Welcome to lesson 42 of Your Journey of Life. This lesson is about living a healthy lifestyle and the things you can do to have a healthy mind and body. So let's get started. As a class, list all the things you do to keep physically and mentally healthy. So, there are lots of things you can do to keep physically healthy, like regular exercise, whether that's running, cycling, swimming, or even walking a dog. Even a small amount of exercise can make a big difference to your overall physical health, no matter your age. Also, getting enough good quality sleep can make a huge difference, but we'll cover that more in another lesson. In terms of keeping yourself mentally healthy, being active has been scientifically proven to improve your mental well-being. But to boost this further, you can do things like taking time out of your day to relax or talk with friends about your thoughts and feelings. But what can happen if you don't exercise regularly? Take some time now to discuss as a class what health problems people might get if they don't do any physical activity. Exercising and generally keeping active reduces the chance of developing heart disease and stroke, diabetes, bowel cancer, breast cancer, and even conditions like depression and dementia. Exercise also helps people to maintain a healthy weight, which further decreases the risk of getting ill later in life and puts less stress on your bones and joints. So, what exercise can you be doing? Well, it's recommended that we all do a mix of aerobic and strength training exercises. Aerobic exercises include running, cycling, and swimming, things that make your heart beat faster and get you breathing faster. Strength training exercises are things like push-ups or weightlifting. However, if you're lifting heavy weights, it's important to learn how to do this safely to minimize the risk of injury. It's best to try and find exercises that you enjoy. That way, you'll be more likely to keep doing them. Many people regularly go to a gym, but not everyone likes working out in a confined space or around other people. Others prefer group sports like football or rugby, as there's a social element involved where they can spend time with friends. How, where, and when you exercise is up to you. The most important thing is that you do it regularly. If you spend long periods sitting, like when studying, watching TV, or gaming, get up and have a movement break every hour. This could be a short walk, some star jumps, or sit-ups. Exercise has been proven to lift your mood and combat stress, which could be very helpful during exam time. So, what exercise is right for you? What we'd like you to do now is have a think about what exercise you might enjoy doing. It can be anything that gets you moving, even mowing the lawn counts. Try to think of at least 5 exercises, sports, or activities that you might enjoy, and write them down on your worksheet. Now, having a healthy diet is a really important part of having a healthy lifestyle, and we'll go over the negative effects of a poor diet in an upcoming lesson. But, in order to eat healthily, we should be eating a balanced diet, which is a diet consisting of a wide variety of foods eaten in proportions to achieve and maintain a healthy body weight, as well as drinking enough water. Here are the basic guidelines from the NHS to achieve this. Eat at least 5 portions of a variety of fruit and vegetables every day. Base meals on higher fibre starchy foods like potatoes, bread, rice, or pasta. Have some dairy or dairy alternatives, such as soya drinks. Eat some beans, pulses, fish, eggs, meat, and other protein. Choose unsaturated oils and spreads, and eat them in small amounts. Drink plenty of fluids, at least 6 to 8 glasses a day. Next, what about sleep? It's recommended that you try to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night. This is particularly important as a teenager because your brain is still developing. Sleep helps your body and mind stay healthy, and a lack of good sleep can lead to depression and anxiety. If you're struggling to get enough sleep, here are some quick tips to help. Limit screen time before bed. Exercise during the day. Have a warm bath before bed. Drink less caffeinated drinks. Okay, now let's talk about your mental health. Discuss with a partner the following questions, and afterwards, discuss as a class the pros and cons of spending a large amount of time online. How much time do you think you spend on your phone every day? Does social media make you happy? Give an example of the last thing online that made you happy. Does social media ever make you feel unhappy or stressed? If so, give an example. Okay, did you know that 1 in 4 people in the UK will experience a mental health problem each year? This could be depression, anxiety, or panic attacks, for instance. So, here are some signs that you might be experiencing mental health problems. Spending too much or too little time in bed. Considering harming yourself. Having unpleasant thoughts you can't get rid of. Hearing voices. Feeling helpless. Wanting to end your life. Now, we want you to spend some time thinking about whether you've experienced any of these signs yourself. Times of emotional stress, bad things that happen in your life, or exams may trigger these sorts of feelings, and it can be helpful to speak to family or friends for support. You can also speak to your GP or one of these services: Beat, Childline, Samaritans, Shout. If you are concerned about your mental health, speak to a teacher or another adult you trust, or contact one of the organisations we've just mentioned, which you can also find at the bottom of your worksheet. There are services for all sorts of issues you might have as you get older, so we're going to let you know about some you may wish to investigate yourselves. Chat Health, a confidential text messaging service for 11 to 19-year-olds to contact their school nursing team for confidential advice and support. Sexual health clinics, or GUM clinics. Remember, we have looked at these in detail already. You can also visit the doctor or practice nurse at your GP surgery on your own without your parent or carer for a confidential appointment. And if you're nervous about this, docready.org has information on helping you feel prepared for a doctor's appointment. Next, we're going to consider cosmetic and aesthetic procedures. Cosmetic procedures are becoming more and more common, but they all have risks involved, whether you're considering surgical implants or a non-surgical procedure like dermal fillers or Botox. They can lead to serious and, in some cases, life-threatening complications. They can also negatively affect your mental health if they do not turn out how you'd hoped. Before having any procedure, you should ask yourself why you want to change your appearance. Understand all the costs involved. If a procedure is being offered cheap or discounted, it may not be legitimate. Do your research and choose a qualified and insured practitioner. Speak to them about the procedure and any concerns you may have, including what could go wrong. Be cautious with social media. Take extra care to research any procedures or clinics advertised on social media. And the most important thing is to take your time to decide and don't rush into any decision. For any permanent procedures, you really need to think deeply about if you'll still want it in the future. In terms of aesthetic procedures, like tattoos and piercings, the biggest risk is an infection which can become serious. But in the case of tattoos, there's also the risk of an allergic reaction, which although rare, could be life-threatening. If a tattoo goes wrong, or you change your mind about keeping it, you can choose to have it removed using a laser. This is a lengthy process that can be quite painful, so it's best to make sure that you do your research and pick a design that you're happy with. Even using sunbeds has serious risks. The UV rays sunbeds produce increase your risk of developing skin cancer massively, as many sunbeds give out more UV rays than the midday sun. And if you're under 25, you're at an even greater risk of developing skin cancer later in life. And that's why it's illegal for anyone under the age of 18 to use commercial sunbeds in the UK. Often people turn to health and wellness products to solve their issues, and the wellness industry is huge, selling lots of supplements and beauty products. They make all sorts of claims. For example, gives you more energy, or makes your skin glow, but there is usually little or no evidence to back them up. Products claiming to rid your body of toxins are almost certainly bogus. Your liver gets rid of toxins, and in the unlikely event your liver isn't working, you need to see a doctor. So, that brings us to the end of this lesson on how to live a healthy lifestyle. Have fun, everybody, and I'll see you in the next lesson, which is about blood, organ, and stem cell donation. So, in today's lesson, we've given you information on how to stay physically and mentally healthy, including how you can get help if you're struggling. So, with that in mind, we want you to answer the following questions about this scenario. One of your friends, Lena, wants to lose weight. She has bought some appetite suppressant lollipops off the internet and tells you that they are working really well. She doesn't even need to eat lunch anymore. You're worried, as you've noticed she is looking very thin and is tired a lot and can't focus in class. Why do you think she's picked these appetite suppressant lollipops? What influences in her life could have made Lena want to become very thin? What support is available for Lena to help her return to a healthy weight and lifestyle? What could you help Lena to focus on instead of wanting to be very thin?